at Ripple, we're thinking much bigger than just cross-border payments. It's kind of like Amazon with rare books in the early days, just this market happens to be a $10 trillion market.
We are at a historic turning point.
Said in the past that you are doing for money what email did for communication.
Moving the whole revolution forward.
There's trillions of dollars parked around the world.
XRP.
Is there a possibility that Ripple could take over SWIFT one day?
Previously on 24 Hours Crypto.
Why are you gay?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of 24 Hours Crypto. Let's get right into today's video. This is going to have you smiling like a clown. Genuinely. When I watched this video yesterday and I was like, wow, that is incredible. I made a video back on September 7th, 2021, where nobody was talking about Ripple and MasterCard collaborations, but behind the scenes, we have done so much research that we were 100% certain that MasterCard was working with Ripple in silence. And in 2023, we got a little bit of a hint at that when they came out and made it public that MasterCard is, working on CBDCs, and they created a sandbox where Ripple was involved. And fast forward to 2025, just a couple days ago, Ripple teamed up with MasterCard, WebBank, and Gemini to bring stablecoin settlements with RLUSD to improve fiat payments. And you guys are all very well educated on the fact that Ripple is onboarding these institutions through their fiat rails. And then when the markets are mature enough, they're going to be implementing XRP to their day-to-day activity. And the CEO of Circle, Jeremy Allaire, dropped a bombshell, in regards to a network effect, utility and liquidity and velocity and depth of the market. Something that we have talked about and educated every single one of you guys on why that is going to be the key winner for why Ripple and XRP is going to win, well, more so XRP, is because given its velocity, given its market depth, and given its utility. And what you hear, what Jeremy Allaire says, is truly, truly monumental. And you guys all know, I've been telling you guys, they have been working on this together for a very long time. They're all interlinked together. All these individuals that are, having these closed door meetings have worked in the past, directly or indirectly, and this has been long in the making. Back in 2009, MasterCard named Ajay Banga as the COO for a couple months, and then he took the role as the CEO starting August 31st, 2009, okay? And I want to play a clip in a moment. When I start you the clip, you're going to see, Ajay Banga, him talk about how before he left MasterCard's board as the CEO, Jeremy Allaire was there. This has been long in the making, okay? And yesterday's episode, we talked about, the Monetary Authority of Singapore, MasterCard, USDC, the IMF, all on the same panel. Ladies and gentlemen, on the money. And the next big on the money that we're going to get is when XRP is at $100 and when you have 99% of the world's population scratching their head like what just happened. And that is a complete price out, okay? So with that being said, let's set the tone first, and then I'll play this video that we published on 2021, just the highlights of it. Just listen to what I said. The tone had never changed. And it is truly incredible, please. Because this is what we get called retarded for this. Like, we get retarded for doing research and for being years ahead. Like, we already knew MasterCard and Ripple was happening back in 2021 and even earlier. This is just one video that was just on the money with everything that was said. It is truly, truly remarkable. And if you're new to my channel, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and hit that subscribe button after you're done watching this episode, because it's truly, truly remarkable. Words cannot describe the value that was provided in this video right here. But take a listen to what Jeremy Allaire says here about liquidity. I got a little bit of a video montage here going with Brad Garlinghouse also involved. This is a collaborative effort and has been since day one. And the smart ones understand that. But take a listen to this, and the video is going to follow up by the MasterCard one.
So the challenge at the end of the day is, in the world of finance, trust is everything.
Yes.
Regulations are interesting and important to create the level playing field that enables players to play on it, but eventually it's built around trust and the monitoring of the regulation and its enforcement. If that trust breaks down, there'll be a problem. If you are dealing with the emerging markets, which is my primary focus. My focus is not the developed world. That's Kristalina as well. She does the whole world. I'm called the World Bank, but I should be called a developing markets, emerging markets bank. Financial inclusion is kind of what I care about. My way of thinking about what Jeremy is doing and people like him are doing is once you have the right regulations in place, and the regulations are patchy, as Kristalina said, but they are there and they're beginning, then you can start thinking about how to use this platform to enable quicker, faster, cheaper movement of money. And then from there, to build upon that to include real financial inclusion with credit histories and insurance histories. And I can see that coming in relatively short order.
Can openly just connect to this network and connect to this protocol, and then they have a nearly free dollar storage and settlement system that they can plug into. And so it has classic platform network effects. It has classic developer flywheels. As developers build applications that integrate to the network, it increases the utility of the network, which attracts more developers to build to the network. And it's why if you're building a product that needs digital dollars on a blockchain today, you're going to support USDC because you would be at a competitive disadvantage if you don't.
And people, I mean, frankly, something that's not widely known for your audience, there was a period of time where Ripple was minting, in 2023, first part of 2023, Ripple was minting 20% of all USDC.
Today, you're going to support USDC because you would be at a competitive disadvantage if you don't.
That's because we were doing institutional payment flows and we used USDC. We also used USDT. We also used XRP.
And so one is that you have this platform utility network effect model. The other is that stablecoins today have liquidity network effects. So you ultimately have an asset that has to be liquid against another asset, and the liquidity is a network effect.
We've seen over $3.5 trillion of transactions directly on the internet between counterparties. And so if we can, improve it with more scalable blockchain technologies like, Brad's company provides, and we can make this extremely low cost to move.
The depth of liquidity, the width of liquidity, the reach of liquidity, the actual primary liquidity with the existing banking system, the secondary market liquidity with banking systems and electronic money systems around the world. And those liquidity network effects are huge. As well. And so I think that my view is that the stablecoin market, at least in the dollar world, is a winner-take-most market structure, not a winner-takes-all market structure. So that means, like other internet networks or card networks or major utilities on the internet, there are like 3 to 5 players that achieve scale, and then there's a distribution across those 3 to 5 players. We think we are one of those. We think.
Wow, isn't that incredible? That is pure insanity. And now, the best part of the video. That epic blockbuster panel that took place a couple of weeks ago, bombshells were dropped. And I said, it's going to take a couple of different episodes for us to really break everything down. But you heard what Jeremy Allaire said there, right? They know behind the scenes XRP is going to be a very valuable asset. That is a 100% fact. And at this point, there is no convincing anybody. It's either you see it or you don't. But ladies and gentlemen, sit back, because this episode, this right here, is going to have you smiling like a clown, because just given when it was published over 4 years and 3 months ago, and where we are today and what just happened, we are just at the early beginning of this. We have yet to see anything, okay? Nothing. Today's episode of XRP, working with MasterCard directly and indirectly. I've covered some of my previous videos, but I want to shed some more light into this because this is very recent. Ripple retweeted a tweet about from Brooks Atwison. I've covered Brooks in my previous videos, but he was on a panel with the Monetary Authority of Singapore, Temasek, MasterCard.
Telling that we are here in this blockbuster headline panel with so many folks here to talk about crypto. I think it's our distinguished panelists for this discussion. Durjan Chia is the Managing Director of the Monetary Authority of Singapore. You know Kristalina Georgieva, the Managing Director of the IMF. Jeremy Allaire is the CEO and founder of Circle. And Ajay Banga is the president of the World Bank.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because my last board meeting as MasterCard CEO, he was the guest speaker. And the logic was, this is only the beginning. There's more to come. Listen to him. It will be interesting.
Where am I going with this? Well, this is very, very, very important because to this day, MasterCard has been working with Ripple, okay? And they have been wanting to work with Ripple for a very long time. When we rewind and go to March 11, 2019, I remember when this bidding war was going on and Visa ended up winning this. This is when they were bidding for Earthport. So Earthport is working with Ripple and Visa bought Earthport. So Visa is working indirectly with Ripple while Earthport is directly working with Ripple, and then Visa could leverage Earthport technology, which leverages the RippleNet technology. You guys see where I'm going with this, right? But at the time, MasterCard actually withdrew from the bidding war and Visa ended up winning, as you can see with this article on May 8, 2019. Visa acquires control of Earthport. Visa's ownership of Earthport to bring more speed, simplicity, transparency, and trust to global payments. Okay, and nothing in this article is going to say, with Ripple and all that stuff because they don't need to. It's all PR. It's articles. They don't legally need to tell you guys what Earthport is doing. They're just saying Visa bought Earthport, but the biggest accusation here is actually Visa working with Ripple, right? It's all about the way you market these things. And I want you guys to very understand that and read between the lines. And then let's keep going here. Ripple hires MasterCard Sandy Young as a European managing director. This was just June 30th, 2021, right? Young will be responsible for overseeing strategy, including the expansion of Ripple's network technology, RippleNet. This is beautiful. I mean, big accusations like this have been going on in the Ripple community for a very, very long time. Individuals coming over from the Fed. We got, oh my God, like Rio's is just, it's a whole different chapter in my opinion. That her being on board of Ripple is just absolutely stunning. And then we got Brooks Atwhistle as well, which is completely crazy. Nonetheless, I'm going to show you guys some documentations with MasterCard actually working with Ripple directly or indirectly, whatever goes both ways. At the end of the day, they're still working together. So this is a paperwork PDF that was put together by KPMG. If you guys do not know what KPMG is, KPMG is an audit firm. It's more like Deloitte as well. So the stuff they say, the articles, the PDFs that they put together, they're good. Like there's meaning behind it. These aren't idiots putting these together. But it states here, insurance companies are exploring blockchain across multiple areas. And when we go under payments, it says MasterCard. Cross-border B2B bank payments and remittance, blockchain-based payments and smart tags for predefined events under insurance policy allows for increasingly raised reimbursement experience as well as speed of funds received. Ripple payment blockchain solution in brackets, it states right here. And when we go to another documentation here, this is MasterCard white paper for global trade and international payments. It states here, to address some of these needs, banks are investigating new approaches such as distributed ledger technology. As an example, they put Ripple blockchain, which might provide more speed at lower cost. The impact of the commercial cross-border payment is believed to be probably in the 10 to 5 year time frame and could erode volumes through SWIFT. Okay, so what they're basically saying, to sum this up, is they're saying that the impact of cross-border payments, okay, in the digital age, when the next 5 to 10 years could erode volumes through SWIFT. So it would leverage SWIFT's volume, and then it would take a portion of that volume in the next 5 to 10 years, right? And we're talking in the trillions of dollars, right? And for Ripple to perform really, really well for some individuals, for life-changing money, all we need is about a $5 trillion market cap for XRP, and everybody will be laughing. But at the end of the day, always ask yourself this, right? It's like, what if we never spent Ripple, right? Like, what if we just held on to it and we just use it, right? We just use it. Like, they're, instead of spending, we just hold it and we just use it as a day-to-day means of, living. And that changes everything. That changes everything from the perspective, because it could be used as, Ripple could be used for anything. Any digital currency could be used for payment of means, like exchanging value, right? You could send Ethereum, you could send Qtum, you could send EOS to somebody, and you're exchanging value with another individual. But the same could be for Ripple, but it's just going to be on a completely different scale. And one more thing that I want to take away from here is this panel, right? So MAS, Monetary Authority of Singapore, and I want you guys to always keep this in mind. Monetary Authority of Singapore collaborates with Modulu Foundation to advance financial inclusion. Okay, so this is Monetary Authority of Singapore with the Modulu Foundation. If you guys did not remember me covering this is very, very important, because if you guys do not know, the Modulu Foundation, Ripple and the Modulu Foundation, creating a more financially inclusive future. They have been working on this. This is also could be the level 1 project. This is with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, you know, and a lot of you guys may say, you know, you dislike Bill Gates, Melinda, whatever. Listen, we're all evil individuals at the end of the day, and you disliking Bill Gates, Melinda Foundation, whatever, it's not going to do anything. You could sit there on your couch being upset over what they did, what you heard, okay? And I'm not saying you're right or I'm not saying you're wrong. What I'm saying is don't waste your time and energy into thinking of somebody else's stuff and how you're not going to be a part of their in this case, you know, part of Ripple just because they're working with Melinda and you don't like Melinda or Gates Foundation whatsoever. You know what I'm trying to say? Don't let that get to you guys, okay? It's all about, at the end of the day, everybody is trying to win. Everyone's trying to make money. Everyone's trying to better themselves. And your number one priority right now is to get yourself out of the gutter, get yourself on whatever you're trying to do. If you're lost in life, if you're trying to start something, at the end of the day, when you have money, when you have capital, you can do anything you want, okay? If you have $50,000 and let's say you're 20 years old, $50,000 for a 20-year-old is a lot of money. If you're smart with that money, you could do a startup. You could do so much stuff with that $50,000. I'm talking about, let's say you're 20 years old and next 2 years, you have $50,000 worth of XRP, just some as an example. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But that is a truly epic video, and it will go down in history years from now. I mean, it's already kind of going down in history now because this information is going to be irrelevant, the MasterCard collaboration, because it's already said and done. But people will revisit these videos when XRP is at $30, $40, $50, $100, and we are going to be way ahead of the game. We are already way ahead of the game. Never forget that less than 500,000 people on this planet own a decent amount of XRP, and that's a fact. I'm not trying to, hype you up saying, you made it. I'm just telling you the real numbers and how small it is and why time is going to settle everything, and time has settled everything in our favor, right? Everything that we have been preaching on this channel has happened. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate every single one of you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But wow, I'm just so shocked. I mean, I'm not shocked because I knew everything that we talked about was going to happen. It was just a matter of time. But let me know, are you guys shocked? I mean, that video that was published in 2021, it doesn't get better than that. There was zero doubt when I was telling you guys that. I was like 100% certain. And the best part about the next phase, I can't wait until Ripple announces their collaboration with Visa. I don't know why it's taking so long, but let's see. I'm very excited to see how that pans out, but only the beginning. We have yet to see anything yet. Just stay healthy, okay? Keep your assets safe so you can enjoy the wealth that is coming. So with that being said, again, for the 12th time, we'll be back with another video.
There'll be lots of liquidity for cross-currency and cross-border payments, and it'll become a settlement system that will be of high value.
It started with a vision, now it's spreading wide. SLT's the token, it's our Degen pride. 24 hours crypto, leading the call. Bringing XRP believers, united we stand tall. First ledger's on fire, trades like the scene. SLT's the movement, power in the dream. From the memes to the moon, we're making it real. 100 XRP, that's the deal. I salute you, you salute me. Together in XRP we believe. From the trenches to the skies we see. XRP to 100 destiny.
As long as a specific asset class actually starts moving on-chain wholesale, and you get true hockey stick adoption.
This ain't just a token, it's a battle cry. For those who know, XRP will fly high. Salute is the name, SLT the ticker. First ledger's buzzing, trades getting quicker. Building the future, brick by brick. In a world powered by Ripple, the vision will stick. We're more than a meme, it's a movement strong. XRP believers, let's prove them wrong. I salute you, you salute me. Together in XRP we believe. From the trenches to the skies we see, XRP to hunt a destiny. 24 hours crypto, the captain of the crew. SLT's the anthem for the bold and true. Through the dips and the pumps, we stand and fight, believing in the ledger, in the dawn's bright light. I salute you, you salute me. Together in XRP we believe. From the trenches to the skies we see, XRP to hunt a destiny. So raise your SLT, let the world hear the sound. XRP believers, we're Ripple bound. From the memes to the charts, the vision is clear. Salute to the future, the time is near. I salute you, you salute me. Together in XRP we believe. From the trenches to the skies we see, XRP to hunt a destiny.
So I think you're going to be talking about, a market cap into the, tens of trillions, even beyond what it is right now.
The XRP community has been ready for this moment.
We started building RippleNet with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening. Flip the switch.
I think what we're building has, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.